In this video, I'm going to show you a few of the Google Apps that are available to you. This is a wonderful resource for the classroom because all students really need is access to the internet, a web browser, and that's it. They don't need to download any software to share documents and files and to create and collaborate together. So what are Google Apps? Well, basically, like I said, it's a web-based application, and what's unique or special about this is that they can be accessed with a web browser, and students, like I said, do not need to purchase software, do not need to download software, and they can work with others, share files with others, and these files can be edited often at the same time. So what are some examples of these types of files? Well, a word processing file, a presentation file similar to PowerPoint, a spreadsheet. There's also, you can create a survey using Google Forms. You can create drawings, and then there's also the Google Reader, which allows you to follow content shared through a blog or anything with an RSS feed. Now let me show you some examples and talk about how I've used them in the classroom. So this first example is what I've done is I've embedded a Google form in my wiki. And I do this in one of my classes to collect possible dates for the final presentation. So everyone has to sign up for a date. That means that we all get together synchronously at the same time, and students can do their presentations with Wimba. And it's really great because the data is stored in the form of an electronic spreadsheet that can be exported if I want to. There's also a really nice summary tool that shows the graphical representations of the data or a summary of the data results. And all these files can be shared and accessed by other collaborators that I add and allow to edit or view my documents. And this is all online through a web browser. Now another use of Google Docs or a Google application that I found to be very successful is the word processing document. There are templates available. I use the one for a newsletter. I did a short in-class jigsaw activity, and students had to become expert and share this information on a topic, and that information was put in the format of a newsletter. And it worked so well that when students had to do their own lesson plan, quite a few groups actually included this as part of their lesson plan. Alright, and now another Google application that is very useful is the use of the Google Reader. And what it does is it brings information to you, just like you subscribe to a magazine instead of going out to the store to buy it. It comes to your house. Well, information, content from blogs and various websites with RSS feeds, they're brought to you in a single place. And you can see in the screenshot that I subscribe to the Rewrite Web and the technology integration blog that I'm working on. I use NetVibes, which is an alternative to the Google Reader, but if your students are using a lot of Google apps, you should stick with Google Reader because it'll have the same sort of layout that they're familiar with. And let me show you how you can add a feed very easily to your Google Reader. So I'm going to escape out of this. And on the technology integration blog that I have put up, I have examples of blogs. So let's say teaching college math. I want to follow that one. So I'll open up the web page, and because it's a blog, all I need to do is, and I'm going to click on my home page so you can see what my home page looks like. To add something, all I need to do is click on add a subscription, go to that website, and grab the URL. I'm just copying it. If you look at this orange square at the top, that means it has an RSS feed. If I click on that, I could also get the correct URL to add to any reader. But with blogs, you can just basically paste the main URL and add. And now, instead of having to go to 3 different sites, and it's showing the first few links for this site, I can see multiple postings briefly. It gives me an introduction. If I'm interested in them, I can follow up. What's nice about adding the feed to my reader is that I can also view multiple sites at the same time and follow up them if I want. You can create folders so you can put your student blogs to follow in one folder, and it's not mixed with your professional content. And that's another great use of a Google app. They're very versatile, very collaborative, and they're a great resource for the classroom.